Hey everybody, it's Strazen again. Hope you're having a good day. We're in the little biology world right here. So today, all this video is about is explaining the worksheets that you're going to do. So I'm just explaining how to do the worksheet. So the first worksheet is about decoding mRNA. And you're going to have an answer sheet that goes with these that you can actually type on for your answers. So I'm going to go over what these worksheets are like. So this decoding mRNA has a diagram that goes with it. And that diagram is going to tell you which amino acid a messenger RNA codes for. So I'll say that again. This diagram helps tell you what amino acid a messenger RNA will code for. So looking at the directions, the diagram shows the mRNA code that corresponds to amino acids and also to stop codons, which we'll talk about that momentarily. You read the diagram from the center, so that's the largest letter, outwards. So for example, in the messenger RNA code, U to A to C, I start with the U and I start with the big letter in the center. So in the center, you can see we have all four letters, G, A, and C, but I want U because my code right here says U, A, C. So I'm starting with the U. Then my second letter is A. So from here, the medium-sized letter would be what I choose next. So it's U, the first one, and then I don't want that letter, it's U. I don't want that letter, it's C. I do want this letter, it's A. So my second letter is kind of the medium-sized letter. And then from there, my third letter is C. So if I look right here on my third letters, there's a U, here's a C. So I want this U, the first letter, A, the second letter, C, the third letter, and that actually codes for tyrosine. Now, it's a little bit weird because U to A, and then had my third letter also been U, it still would have coded for tyrosine. So tyrosine actually has two different ways it can be made. It can be made with UAU as the code, or it can be made with UAC as the code. So that's kind of cool that there's two ways to get tyrosine. Look at U, C, and then this one. Serine would have actually four different codes because you could have U, C, U, U, C, C, U, C, A, or U, C, G. And that would also, all of those would code for serine. So there'd be four different ways to get serine. Okay, I did want to point out this one right here. If you go U and your second letter is A and your third letter is A, it says stop. Stop is not an amino acid, but it tells the tRNAs and the whole process, hey, we're done. This is the protein. We don't need any more amino acids. Stop. So there's actually a code that tells mRNA when it's done, when it doesn't need any more amino acids. And so if we look at this one, that's UGA. That is the stop, we're done, it's over code. So that's kind of interesting. So if you look here, they did AAA as an example, which if we look right here, A, my first letter, the big one, A, the medium-sized letter, my second one, and A, my third letter, the tiny one, goes with lysine. And they did that example for you. So on your answer sheet, you're going to have a few more than just what this table shows you. Not a ton, but a few more. And then you're going to answer the questions, which two mRNA codes correspond to histidine? And so you actually have to give the code like CGA or ACU or whatever. And then the second question is how many different mRNA codes correspond to arginine? Now that one can just give me the number. Oh, there's 4 different ways to get arginine, or there's 2 different ways, or there's only 1 different way. Just give me the number. You don't have to list the code. So that's the first worksheet. And here's the answer sheet for that. The answer sheet, you can see you start with the table, and I did add a few more. These are the same as what was on the worksheet. I added 3 more. These are the answers to those questions that were on the worksheet. This one, you actually list the codes out. This one, just give me the number. And now we're going to look at translation worksheet, which just has actually 1 question on it. So it's a short one. So if we go back and we look at the worksheet, if you keep scrolling down, you get to the translation. Now remember, transcription is when DNA is coding and matching up the messenger RNA. Translation is where your RNAs, your messenger and your tRNA, are working together to make proteins. They're putting amino acids together to make proteins. So this is about translation. So it says during translation, transfer RNA or tRNA anticodons match to messenger RNA, mRNA codons. Each tRNA molecule can carry one particular amino acid. The amino acids are joined to form a polypeptide. So a polypeptide is a stretched out protein. Once that polypeptide wraps up, curls up, and clumps together, we call it a protein. So if we take a look, the directions say number the 4 tRNA anticodons in the order in which they should appear to match the codons in the mRNA strand. So I'm going to say that again. Number the 4 tRNA codons in the order in which they should appear to match the codons in the mRNA strand. So here's my mRNA strand. And here is, I have 1 tRNA here that's carrying phenylalanine. I have 1 tRNA that's carrying leucine. This one's carrying lysine, and this one's carrying methionine. So if I look right here, here's how you're going to do this one. You're like, oh, this is AAG. It's going to match up with a group of 3 in the mRNA. But which one will it match up with? Well, you can think of it this way. You could put A would match up with U, because we can't have T in RNA. So this would be a U. This would match up with U, so I could actually write those in if I wanted. And this one would be a G. This one is a G, so it would be a C. So I would have U, U, C. Well, where is there a group of UUC? This isn't it. This is AUG. Oh, look right here. UUC. So it's the second group of 3. So I would write the number 2 right there. And then if you look at this one, GAC, it would actually match up with CUG. CUG. Where is CUG up here? Oh, it's the last one. So this one actually would be number 4. It would be the last one. So you would write the numbers right here in these spaces on that answer sheet. So there's more than one question here because you'll have to fill those in. And then on this part, it says list the amino acids in order. Well, we know this one was the second one. So phenylalanine is going to be second. So you'd have whatever amino acid would going to be first named. Then you would say phenylalanine. Then you would have the third one. And then you would say, we knew the last one was going to be this leucine. So you'd say leucine. So you're just going to list these amino acids that you have on here in the order they would be in the protein or the polypeptide. So you want the number here that they're going to occur. So we know this one was number 2. We know this one's number 4. And then you'll have to figure out which one of those is going to be number 1, which one's going to be number 3. And then you list the amino acid that they're carrying at the top. You list those in the order they would show up in the protein. And you put those on the answer sheet. And that's how you do these 2 worksheets. If you have any questions, give me an email, and I hope this explains it. Okay.